Culturally responsive instruction and behavior support practices, and this is reported by myself, Colton Solzer. So, responsive instruction, methods, and behavior support practices. Who is responsible for seeking out students who would benefit from these methods and practices? Teachers need to be able to see which students need the assistance and where they need it. There are also support staff for such as special education and other teachers that can assist in this as well to make sure the all the students needed get the assistance they deserve. What has been the level of impact for faculty members that are involved, responsive instruction and behavior support practices? This is reported by myself, Colton Solzer. Responsive instruction methods and behavior support practices. Who is responsible for seeking out these students? Teachers need to be able to see which students need the assistance and where they need that assistance for. Also, there are support staff, such as special education and other teachers that are able to assist in doing so, so that all the students get the representation that they need and the assistance that they need. What has been the level of impact for faculty members that are involved? Better connection with the students. When we're able to connect this information, this cultural information with students, we're able to get that better connection with those students and build a better relationship. Students involved, they improve their vocabulary. Students can become more independent. They also build a lot more confidence and are able to participate in the class with their classmates. Faculty and students that are not involved, expansion of students' knowledge. So they learn, those students and faculty will learn more, not just about their classmates, but about their classmates' cultures and all that great information that helps expand the students' knowledge just inside and outside of the classroom. So 10 culturally responsive instruction methods. Word games. These are fun, but require a high cognitive load for vocabulary. And then using instructional materials that relate to a variety of different cultures is also really important. Depending on the cultural differences or diversity that you have in the classroom. Use students' culture in daily instruction so that you can help keep them involved every day and not just occasionally. And then communicate goals to students so that they know what is expected of them and then how we can get there. Use cultural reference in both pedagogy and classroom management. Incorporate aspects of culture and beliefs into the instruction. It is also really highly suggested to create a strong lesson plan and then differentiate instruction so that material is real for the students. Students work better and are able to comprehend and keep the information if they can put it to a real life situation. This also helps make lessons meaningful and then acknowledge students' efforts in the classroom when they're doing good so that they know when they've done something really well. That again helps build the confidence. They know that they're doing a good job and they can keep going with that. So 10 behavior support practices. Implement cultural responsiveness in the classroom. Again, this is really important for students to know different cultures and how they work and different information that pertains to this. When working with different cultures, you get different point of views, you see things differently, and so it's really an expansion of knowledge of the lesson itself. Active teaching methods, so being able to make sure our students are being active. Again, we have students that need to be up moving around, and this is how they learn best. And if all the students are out moving around, then the ones that have a hard time sitting are less of a distraction because everybody's out moving around. Create a student-centered classroom. So we need to make sure that our students are kind of the focal point of what our lesson plans are made for. Um, it helps keep them in mind. Encourage literacy in native languages. This is also really important because the more that the student knows in their native language, the more they're able to put it with um, the English language, so they're able to learn better that way. Help students feel safe learning by bringing in culturally relevant resources so that they know it's safe to talk about and work with what they have for their cultural resource or for their culture. Create a school-wide goal to incorporate cultural competence. Strong lesson plans, again, help students stay focused and help classroom management so that students are able to participate, practice, and be engaged. The achievement gap will close when we make lesson plans more meaningful. Again, that brings them together. A meaningful lesson plan also brings more excitement and engagement to the classroom and to the students. And then when students are acknowledged, they understand they did something correctly and they did a good job, so they know what to keep doing. Which students in your class, your school, or classroom would benefit the most? Our English language learning students. Students are still learning to speak the English language, like I said before. The more they know in their own language, the more they can, the easier it is for them to learn the same thing in English. And so we need to make sure that they understand and then again bring their culture in to the classroom. Our IEP students. Teachers need accurate IEPs in order to best assist the students that have a specific um, or unique learning situation. So we need to be able to differentiate our lesson plans for them. Students with separated parents, there's could be a lot going on with that student at home, and so being able to assist them by boosting their confidence and giving them just a little bit extra support can really go a long ways for these students. And then active students, like I said earlier, students that have a hard time just sitting there need to be active, and so we need to make sure we create active lesson plans for the whole class to be active so that everybody gets involved. Activity is a great way for us to learn, for the students to learn. So it's really important that we're able to get that put in to our lessons for our students. This will help them feel engaged and be able to participate in the lesson and without being a distraction. The methods and practices that would be the most effective and easiest to implement. Communicating goals with students and parents, I think, is something we should do all the time anyways, so that the students know where we're going and how we're going to get there. Also, so the parents know the same information. It's really good for the parents to know and for the kids to know the same information, just in case there's any questions. Communication is key when it comes to all of this. Creating strong lesson plans, again, something we need to make sure we take care of is our good strong lesson plans. Helps classroom management, make sure that we stay focused and we are able to get where we need to be without too many detours. We'll still detour occasionally just because that's part of being in the class and making it fun, but knowing where we're starting, where we need to end at, and how we are going to get there. Making lesson plans meaningful. Again, this can be done very easily with our students, just connecting it to real life situations, bringing our students into what they want to do. So if they can be a part of the lessons and what we are learning, that really helps. Then they have a good buy-in because they know they helped with that. And then acknowledging student success, again, I think is just really important. It's something really easy to do. It gets the students excited. So those are the 4 that I chose to implement in my classroom. And then here are my references.